This time of year, applying to college and applying for college scholarships is a gruesome process for many students. And one thing that holds many students back is writing the college essay. So what I want to do in this video, I'm going to break down for you some things that you can do to stand out on your next college essay. Write it and do it with ease. I'm Kantis Simmons, and welcome to the Kantis Simmons Show. Hey, what's going on? Kantis Simmons here. And I want to say welcome again to 2022. You have made it. I have made it. And it's that time of year where people are making college decisions. They're trying to come up with the last few means of college money. Parents are getting nervous because their babies are going off to this next level. And it's a process, right? It's a process. Things are going on. You're active. And I want to be able to help you today and give you some things that you can do when writing the college essay, right? Whether you're writing a college essay for an application or admissions, or you're writing a college essay to complete or apply for a college scholarship. Hey, while I'm here, I definitely want to let you know if you are in need of college money and resources, I have a small workshop over at scholarshipsecretsworkshop.com helping students and parents locate and land college scholarships. So if you are, in the process and you need some more funds and resources, hey, I'm irrationally passionate about that. I went to school all on scholarships, and I've made it my business to help other students and families find money for scholarships. So if that's something that you need, go over to scholarshipsecretsworkshop.com. Yes, scholarshipsecretsworkshop.com. All right, so let me go ahead and give you a few things that I recommend that you do when writing college essays. All right, so first thing is this. I want you to understand when applying or when writing college essays, there are a few things that you can do to get you noticed. I want you to keep this in mind. The title of your essay should lead your readers over to the first line in the essay. Then the first line in your essay should lead people to read the first paragraph in the essay. And the first paragraph in the essay should lead people to read the full essay. Now think, if you are spending a lot of time applying for college or writing these college essays, right? You want to make sure that they're reading it. So as you're piecing together your essay, I want you to keep this in mind. The title of your essay should lead people to read the first line in the essay. The first line in the essay should lead people to read the first paragraph in the essay. The first paragraph in the essay should lead people to read the entire essay. All right? Now, what can you do to write an essay and prepare for writing an essay that's going to make it easy for you and to keep it flowing? All right. I want to give you something called my 10-10 verb strategy. Yeah, my 10-10 verb strategy. My 10-10 verb strategy. And it works like this, right? So you want to take an assessment, and you can do this right now. I want you to write down 10 accomplishments that you've had from school, right? Over the last 5-6 years in school, what are 10 things that you have accomplished? For example, maybe you received a music award. Maybe you are a student government or a student government president. Maybe you had the highest GPA in your class. Maybe you were the first one in your family to go to college. Maybe you are part of the science club or another club. Maybe you were assisted at a foster home. Maybe you were a award recipient in your community. All right, so that's just 10, right? Come up with 10 ideas. And then I also want you to write down 10 stories and 10 setbacks. Yeah, like what are some of the things that you experienced in school that may have been a setback? Write those down. So for me, for example, let's say one of my setbacks is that I was born with a birth defect, okay? Maybe your grandmother, you were close to your grandmother and she encouraged you to get an advanced degree, but your grandmother died. Maybe one of your setbacks or your stories were that you had a desire to work on cars or automobiles. Maybe your parents met in college like my parents did. Okay, so as you see what we're doing, I want you to write 10 things that you accomplished and now 10 things that are stories and setbacks. And then I want you to add a verb to that. So you think about your accomplishments. You received, you were granted, maybe you led, maybe you mentored. Those are verbs, correct? So now we take our 10 accomplishments, our 10 stories and setbacks, add it to some verbs, and then I want you to do these 3 things. When you write your essay, I want you to share your story. Yes, share your story. Maybe there was a time period in school where even one of those setbacks, maybe there was death in your family. Maybe there was a challenging situation and it caused your grades to drop. Let's just say in that semester, your grades dropped. You had a hard time focusing. And the reason your grades dropped is because your big mama died, right? Big mama, grandmama, right? And one of the things that grandmama impressed upon you while in school was to maybe one day take over the family farm. And you remember all of Big Mama's stories, how Big Mama used to name all of her animals, how Big Mama used to tell you stories about what happened in the 50s and the 60s, right? And now when Big Mama died in transition, that just made it very uncomfortable for the entire family. What about in your essay now, you share the story of how Big Mama named the animals and how the animals meant something to her and how those animals meant something to you. And when you're writing your essays, you're reflecting back on the stories. You're reflecting back on the principles and use those in your essay. So when you're writing your essays, share the stories, whether they're good or they're bad. But listen, I want you to reflect and respond based on what you learned and experience from those setbacks and those stories. So that's number 1 there. Share the story. Number 2, smile on your essay. Yes, smile on your essay. What are you saying? No, I'm not saying, with your face smile, but in your writing. So if we look at the Big Mama story, we could write the Big Mama story where it starts off high, but then it goes downhill and it leads people to this sad, sad place, the death of Big Mama. But what if we write the essay in such a way that we don't leave people at the sad part of Big Mama dying, but now we lift people back up to this high point where now the joy and the smiles and the reflections on what Big Mama taught you. So now, rather than starting high, it's just like a movie, right? Movies start off all exciting. You go to a down point in the movie, but movies don't lead you there. They bring you back up to this place of redemption, of celebration. You want to do the same thing in your essays. You want to smile. Why? Because there are real people with real emotions reading your college essays. All right? So number 1, share the story. Number 2, smile on your essays. And number 3, review, repeat, and reflect. Yes, review, repeat, and reflect. Here's what I mean. Before you submit that college essay, I want you to put it aside. Hey, go to bed, wake up, read it again, review it again. And then, even with the review process, I want you to find about 3 people that you can trust to read these essays for you before you submit them. Okay? So yeah, you take some time, you write it, put it down aside, maybe go to bed, wake up in the morning, review it. Then I want you to pass it along to other people to review it. And then I want you to reflect back on it. Reflect on what the other people are telling you. Make any type of critiques there. And then prepare it for submission. Your college writing essay process has to be something that you can get through. I understand that it can be gruesome, right? I understand that it can be challenging, but if you can use the 10-10 verb strategy, where you come up with 10 accomplishments, 10 stories and setbacks, and find verbs to support each of those, you can now put those in your essays. Hey, regardless of what has happened over your lifespan, you must share the story. Write the stories in your essays. Number 2, remember, real people with real emotions read your essays. So smile on your essays. And lastly, I want you to review and reflect on the essays before you submit them in. All right? Hopefully that was helpful for you in writing these essays to get you noticed. Now, if you have any questions about that, hey, let me know down in the comments area. And if there's anything that I can do, or maybe there's some tips that you already use that could be beneficial to somebody else, hey, drop those in the comment box down below. Also, if you are in need of college finances or need some more resource to fund the big college tuition bill, go over to scholarshipsecretsworkshop.com, where I'll give you my frameworks on looking and locating college scholarships and show you some things that I can support you with in funding the big college tuition bill. All right, I'm Kantis Simmons. Remember, there's only one game in life that counts, and that's to play your A game. Thank you for watching the Kantis Simmons Show.